Hey guys, welcome back to the CSO Pro. Again, my name is Carson Cook. Guys, before we get going with this topic, please make sure you like, subscribe to this channel today, guys. Like it on Facebook, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, guys, to give out a lot of really good free content, especially if you're getting into sales, guys. We really need your support, so click that button below. But today, guys, we're gonna talk about another topic that's important to understand before you go into sales, or if you need a little bit of a brush up on sales, okay? If you've been in an industry for a while, maybe you're underperforming the last couple months, and we need to take a heavy look at this idea or this concept. But guys, there's a lot of things that people will tell you when you first start to get into sales. Is it right for me? Is it the right type of position that I want? Is it the right kind of career I want? Do I want to spend my life working on my paycheck that's totally reliant on other people's decisions? So I need to be a very good persuader. I need to be a very good at communication. I need to learn the tips and tricks to be an effective communicator, because if I want to rely on someone else giving me a paycheck, especially if you're in commission-based sales or salary plus commission, then you need to be very effective on how people make their third-party decisions. Okay, and that's the basis of today's video, guys, is to understand that numbers control sales. Numbers control sales industries, okay? Period. At the end of the day, guys, in sales, it's very much a numbers game, and that's heavily, out there with prospecting, heavily out there with lead generation. It's extremely important. Good quality leads, okay? Good quality leads in your pipeline, a continuous pipeline, good quality closes, good follow-up. All these things, guys, rely on numbers. So we're gonna talk about 3 tips today that are gonna help you, especially if you're a new sales professional that's out there, understand that what is required to achieve great sales, top 1%, is to understand first is that you can only control yourself. As a sales professional, you can only do so much to work with a potential client or prospect to get them to buy. So why do the top 1% of sales professionals, really heavily, they close more deals, they have more numbers or better numbers than those that are fairly average, let's say 5, 10, 20 deals a month as opposed to 40, 50, 60 deals a month, or vice versa, depending on your industry? Well, the difference is, guys, that they understand is that they can only control themselves. So the more time you can influence yourself on self-study, okay, working your butt off reading sales books, learning communication techniques, picking up a psychology textbook, picking up a sociology textbook, picking up as much as the human condition books as you can find on decision-making processes and presentation, but maybe public speaking, how you can control on your communication. We actually have a free book on our website, guys, that's solely based on helping people or individuals build connections, which is what runs pretty much every industry is building connections. But that takes highly skilled people that have highly skilled communication techniques. So you can only control yourself. You need to understand that, is that you cannot physically control an individual to sign a deal so that you get a paycheck. So you have to be very internal on what you study, what you listen, what you read, and how you practice. The second thing that you need to understand, guys, within numbers control sales is that it's a numbers game. So if you need to increase a technique, if you need to become better at communication, you need to get in front as many as people as possible. You need to screw up as many times as possible so that you can learn from your mistakes. You need to be able to have more leads. You need to, if you don't have enough leads, you need to make more leads. You need to get a company that calls like we do and give you more leads. You need to use digital advertising to get more leads. You need to find a way to get more leads, and then you need to find a way to get in front of more people as fast as physically possible. The faster you can do that, the shorter your learning curve is, the more experience you'll get within that industry, and the more deals you'll close, and the more money you will make. Okay, so the simple formula is to understand is that the last thing that you want to do on a very, very busy Friday, okay, between the hours is 1 to 3 o'clock, right before you go home, is pick that phone up and keep dialing, keep getting those numbers. The last thing you want to do, if you've had a very successful week and you've already closed 10 or 15 deals that week, is on Friday, pick that phone up and keep dialing. That is the difference, guys, is you want to fall into that habit that sales is a numbers game. You need as many numbers as possible. Personally, you need as many presentations as possible. If you have a steps to the sale and you're new at sales and you keep getting through these steps and you haven't closed a deal yet, but you're getting closer and closer to the close, okay, you've gone through these steps just like first, second, third in your car, but you don't use 5th gear a lot. You need to get to 5th gear all the time, right? So you have more experience with your introduction, your presentation, stating the agenda and qualifying and discovery than you do closing. That's why people train on closing. is because they don't get to close very much. They only get to close when they close, but they get to give a lot of presentations, so they get very good at this. So you need to keep working your numbers until you get really good at closing, until you get really good at that process. And then everything else becomes very easy and fluid. And then the third most valuable point to this topic, guys, is that sales control numbers is that you need to learn from your numbers. You need to learn from your analytics. You need to learn from your mistakes. You need to learn from every presentation that you walk into. And as soon as you're a sales professional that's a sales guru, or you sells this or sells that, and says that, and you say that you know it all and you're done learning, okay, you've shot yourself in the foot. You're going to not sell anymore. You're going to be ineffective. You're just going to lose your touch. There's something to learn every single day in sales. Not only that, the guy's communication is always changing, just like technology. Different techniques are coming out all the time. Okay, people make decisions for different reasons all the time. We have social media now, but before we didn't. We have this now, before we didn't. We communicate differently. There's different generations that come out, and they buy differently. So it's extremely important to understand is that you need to learn from your numbers, learn from your mistakes. So when you go into the steps of the sale, you go into your presentation, when you get off that phone call, what went well, what went wrong, what can I improve on? Think about it real quick, boom, get out of your head, get on the next call. Try that on that call. Hang up, didn't work, try it again. Try something different, try it again, try it again, try it again. It's a numbers game. The more that you can control yourself and the more that you can control your numbers, the quicker you'll get to that 1% of where everybody wants to be in sales, the top 1%. Okay, so be very, very effective, guys. And the whole section of this, the whole important part about this is that you need to work your ass off. Numbers, they don't come easily. You gotta grind for them. That's why they call this the grind. So keep that motivation, keep that idea, keep that paycheck in mind. Okay, you wanna be the number one. For me, it was always just being the number one sales performer in every company that I worked for. Like that was my goal. The money followed, the commission always follows, but focusing on your numbers, what you can control yourself and the extra work you put in will help you achieve that higher commission, those higher numbers, and a better paycheck. So hey guys, this is Carson Cook, back at you again with the CSO Pro. Just wanted to put everything out there, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning into all the videos here on YouTube. I just wanted to point out to you guys real quick, just once again, this book will be going on sale May 1st this year, 2019. So coming up here pretty shortly, guys. And this is the No Shit Sales Journal, a confident, common sense, and practical guide to sales. Basically your Cliff Note version, okay, that can get you up to speed, guys, and give you a very solid foundation on how to sell. Now this book, guys, is not just for sales professionals. This book you need to buy and read. It will help your life with your family, your kids, pretty much anyone that you would like to communicate with and become better at communication. Okay, so make sure you go to Amazon, guys, and put in your pre-order right now. We'll include a link below. But this book, guys, is going to be going on sale May 1st. It's also, guys, been featured on the Sales Babble with Pat Helmers. You can tune in to find out a little bit more about the book at salesbabble.com. Very, very, very good podcast. Pat Helmers, guys, is a very standing guy within sales. Very, very, very solid reputation. Amazing podcast with some of the best techniques, communication techniques, tips and tricks for sales. So go to the salesbabble.com. I'll put that link in the description below. But guys, please make sure to pick up your copy on Amazon today. Get one right now. Thanks, guys.